Tyson Pedro and Harry Hunsucker. In the light heavyweight division, Harry Hunsucker, the GOAT, got TKO'd against Jared Vandeira, the other greatest of all time heavyweight. Got destroyed by Taito Iwasa. I don't know how he got a fight with Taito Iwasa, but it was on short notice. And then he got head kicked by Justin Tafa. He got one win over Corey Moon with a knockout win. Solid. Okay. All right. Nice. 45-second win right there. Got a Kimura over a 9-15 opponent. Got an Americana on a 15-18 opponent. Rear naked on a 2-6 opponent. Knockout on a 50-50 fighter, 1-1, Billy Swanson. Knocked out a 0-1 guy, and then he submitted a 1-10 guy. Got knocked out by Dontel Mays and knocked out by William Vincent right there. I mean, what do you want me to say? Harry Hunsucker is not that... I mean, sorry. He's the GOAT! Harry Hunsucker is one of the greatest of all time. No, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Hunsucker, dude. Every guy he's winning has a... I'm not even lying. Every guy he's beaten has a 50-50 record or less. They either have one of the worst records I've ever seen, or like 1-1, 4-4, whatever the case may be. Now, Tyson Pedro's isn't that much better as of recent, beating an 18-14 Ike Villanueva, but he's still Kimura Saperdveg Safarov right there. That was a very, very solid win. Good rushing, good wrestling, good grappling. I mean, he elbow knocked out Paul Craig to give him his first loss. He submitted Khalil Roundtree. He submitted Stephen Warby right there, 8-1 guy on the Australian seed. Very solid opponent over there. And then, yeah, he did lose to Alir Latifi, but he lost by decision. And that was a former top 15. Ovi St. Preux got an arm lock. Former title challenger and a former champion, Mauricio Shogun Hua. Now, these are all much better opponents than Harry Hunsucker. The only way Harry wins this fight is if somehow he lands a takedown. That's it. Somehow he goes out there, lands a takedown, gets on top of Tyson Pedro, and is able to get some sort of ground pound going, get a submission. But we all know Pedro's submission defense is pretty decent. His submission offense is definitely pretty decent. Submitting Khalil Roundtree, submitting Saperdveg Safarov, and things like that. But on the feet is where he's really going to shine. I don't even think Tyson needs to worry about wrestling and grappling. He can go back to that if he's losing the fight on the feet somehow. But on the feet, the man's leg kicks are devastating, as we saw in the last fight with Ike Villanueva. He's got good power. He's got good movement, very tall, very lengthy. 1 inch taller, and he's going to have a 4-inch reach advantage. Yeah, he's going to destroy him on the feet. He can destroy him on the ground. He can really beat him anywhere he wants. Not to mention, Harry is going to be doing one of the biggest weight cuts of his entire career, going from 289 pounds all the way to 205 pounds. That's a 34-pound cut. For a fatty, so it's a little bit easier. You just got to reduce caloric intake to get down a little bit. But that is one other factor you got to consider. So I think the chin is going to be a little bit worse for Harry. He's not going to be as big. His neck's not going to be as big to hold the power of Tyson Pedro. Not to mention he's been knocked out in like every single loss. So I think Tyson Pedro, he's going to knock him out pretty good here. He's going to get his back to the cage. Jab, jab, jab. 1-2, 1-2. And then boom. Right hook right down the middle, right on the chin, boom, cracks. A little bit of ground and pound. That's all she wrote. Tyson Pedro, round 1. TKO in the light heavyweight division.